it's Shawnee. Welcome back. So today I'm just gonna play around with makeup. I pulled out some of my favorites. Like for foundation, I have the NARS Soft Matte. For concealer, I have the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot or Dose of Colors concealer. For lipstick, I might use one of my Vice lipsticks from Urban Decay. And for powder, I haven't used my Oma Beauty powder in a while. I've also got the NARS Soft Matte powder, and I'm not sure what else. Now for eyeshadow, I saw that Pat McGrath Labs is going to release their holiday palette, and so I decided to break out my holiday palettes that I have from the brand and use one of these. And also for blush, a fave has been the Paradise Venus palette from, or I'm sorry, blush, the Paradise Venus blush from Pat McGrath. And I might, for eye primer, use the Makeup by Mario Eye Prep and Set, because this has also been a favorite. So let me show you the, these palettes are the holiday palettes, and this one is Celestial Nirvana. This one is Celestial Odyssey. And then this one is Celestial Divinity. So I think I'm going to use Celestial Nirvana. It just has a lot of fun colors in there. Okay. So I also thought I would talk a little bit about stuff. And the topic I would like to discuss is pet peeves. So you know what a pet peeve is, right? It's like the thing that just annoys you and annoys you and annoys you. And I experienced that this week, and it made me start thinking let me think of some other pet peeves. And that's how we got here. So let me first tell you my pet peeve that occurred this week. So there were 2 days this week where my internet, Wi-Fi, or whatever was not working. And it's real hard to provide therapy by video or whatever, synchronous, when you don't have no Wi-Fi, when you can't connect, okay? So I was upset. So I was real upset, right? And I called Verizon Fios. I was on the phone with them for a long time. The first day, they finally sent somebody out. I think at 3 something. Now, mind you, earlier in the day, I had clients. So I was contacting all of my clients and being like, hey, I don't have internet, but if you would like, we can do a phone session. I can call you, or we can reschedule. So some people picked rescheduling and some people picked phone, which is fine. I just don't like doing therapy by phone. I like to see people's faces. I prefer to do therapy in person completely. But, of course, things have changed a bit, and so I have adapted to that change, and I will offer both. Or, you come in person or we meet virtually. But I don't like doing the phone because I can't see what you're doing, what you're feeling, the emotions across your face, how your body language is. So, I mean, the best way to see it is in person. Second, I would say is virtual. And then third is by phone, right? So I'm just and it's easier to get distracted because I'm just on the phone, and so I could things are just distracting me all over the place. Anyway, so by 3 o'clock they had sent someone. Mind you, internet's been out since 7 something. 3 o'clock they sent someone, and after a while they were like, so we found the problem. This is the good news. The bad news is that we can't fix it. Why y'all even come? Why you come? So they were like, initially, Verizon Fios was like, we will send someone out today as soon as possible. We just don't know what time. Okay. And same thing where the technician who was here and couldn't fix it, he was like, we have somebody else come in and he's going to do whatever and fix it. We just don't know what time. So I think it was about 7 o'clock p.m. that he got here. Things were done, I believe, by 8:30 that night. So it's like a 12-hour ordeal, okay? So the next few days I was going to my office, so it really didn't matter. But then that third day, I get back home from G's house and the Wi-Fi is down. So then I'm like, hey guys, Wi-Fi is down again. I'm messaging my clients like, hey, my internet is down. Do you want to do phone or do you want to reschedule? And then I get to chatting with the technician or whatever. This is the pet peeve. And I know they have to do this. I know they have to say, you know, what is your name or who am I chatting with, speaking with? But when they use my name after every other sentence, it really bugs me. Like, thank you, Shawnee, so much for your patience. Shawnee, we're going to get this together. Shawnee, we really appreciate how long you've been a customer. Like, Shawnee, can you go ahead and unplug the... Stop saying my name. Stop saying it. Just fix the Wi-Fi. Because you saying my name is really irritating me. We're not friends. I just want you to fix it. I know you have to be nice. Say it once. Don't keep doing it. Don't thank me for my patience because I'm getting impatient right now. That was, oh, it bugs. And I was trying to be very like chill. And I'm always like, you know, I am frustrated, but obviously I'm not frustrated at you. This is not your doing at all. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not one of those people that's going to be yelling at folks. I'm not doing any of that because that can be real disrespectful. Like, I think I am, like, validly frustrated, but it's not the person on the phone typically that has caused the issue. Anyway, so they came again, fixed it, and I was like, I don't trust this. I don't trust it because y'all fixed it 3 days ago, and here we are again. Anyway, so that is one of my pet peeves. Just, they keep saying my name. I don't know why it bothers me. I'm just like, please stop. Just fix whatever it is that needs to be fixed. Because you typing my name out, that's taking precious seconds, okay? It's just taking precious seconds. And I don't have any more time nor money to lose because of y'all. So then I was like, let's look at some pet peeves of other folks. So I figure, let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Celestial Nirvana palette. Here it is. I don't know. What shade I want to start with? Maybe this one? Yeah, let's start with that one. Okay, so I wrote down like 10 of them. And I'll tell you whether it's my own pet peeve or not. The first one. When people, like when you're driving and people don't use their turn signals or they cut you off. This bothers me so much because it takes 2 seconds to go ahead and flip that little thing just to put your turn signal on. I feel like people just drive offensively, right? They're just like, I gotta get somewhere and I'ma just go. I'ma get in front of you. I'ma get in front of you. I'ma cross four lanes. Like, all I need you to do is just let me know. Like, put your indicator light on. I hate when people do it. And I'm telling you, driving in DC is a whole other experience. I've driven in LA, in New York, in Missouri, in Kansas, in Chicago, wherever else. I've driven to quite a few places, right? Vegas, and I'm telling you, DC is, each one has their own kind of shenanigans, right? I'm telling you, in DC, people just drive like this. Straight ahead. They don't look here, back. They don't do nothing. So if you're trying to get over, they're not going to let you get over because it could be turning into one lane and they will not let you over. They just won't. They won't. Or if you're like coming up the road and they want to get in front of you to bypass the car in front of them, just whoosh. And I'm just like, listen, I need y'all to at least pretend that you didn't just buy your license, okay? Because there is no way in heaven nor hell that you passed that exam. I don't believe it. I don't believe for 2 seconds, okay? You didn't pass it. And it's so dangerous because you can cause accidents. The other day I was driving home and you know, it don't matter what time I go to DC or what time I leave DC. It's going to take me over an hour despite it being 20 miles away from my house. People were acting like they were driving in like Grand Theft Auto. Like, I'm just like, where are you going? We're going to the same place. We're going the same direction. So why are you acting like you can't see me? Or the people who just come like flying by and it's like all y'all police officers be pulling all these other people like to the side, but somebody is going like 100 and no one's like pulling them over. Oh, that gets on my nerves. So it's like most people drive offensively and you got to make sure that you're driving defensively because if not, somebody gonna get hurt. It really bugs me. It really, really bugs me because I feel like it's not that hard just to let people know which way you gonna go. Don't even talk about people that be stopping like just all of a sudden deciding that, oh, I gotta make a turn. I don't know. It just bugs me. That is definitely a pet peeve. And it's one that I feel like I encounter daily. Every time I get in the car, it happens. And I'm sorry, but I use my indicator lights. I use my turn signals, my blinkers. What do y'all call them? Because I typically call them blinker. But I know it's also turn signal and indicator light. But yeah, I hate when people do that mess. It is so aggravating and it is so unsafe. And they will not let you over, okay? They will not let you over. It's like, for real? Dang. Like, I'm not stealing something from you. It's just like the road. Anyway, the next one is when people are always like, no offense, or I'm not being whatever, but like, I'm not trying to be racist, or I'm not trying to be sexist, or I'm not trying to be like homophobic, but yo, when you put together sentences like grammar and like English and stuff, when you put together sentences, when you put a but in there, you're like negating everything you just said. So you are not trying to be, or you're not meaning to be. Don't even include that. Just say your racist, sexist, homophobic thing and go about your business. Because you don't really mean you're not trying to be. You are. You are. And then the no offense. I'm going with this blue shade. Don't tell me that because you're literally just letting me know that you're going to offend me right now. So don't even say it. Just say the offensive thing. Say the like bigoted thing and let's move about our business. Because I don't want you to try to preemptively tell me that you're not trying to do something when you're literally about to do it. I hate that. No offense. While you're offending me. Okay. I hate that. Don't say it. Just, if you were to just say something, then I would know that you're a racist person. I don't need you to say but. Like, there's no but. It's and, okay? Yeah. Just say and. I'm not being racist, and I'm going to say this racist thing real quick. That mess bugs me. Don't preemptively tell me. Just, you about to do what you're trying to tell me that you're not going to do. Also, when people are just rude and mean and they're like, I just tell it like it is. No, you're a bitch. That's how my aunt is. I just tell it like it is. I just tell the truth. Okay. Let me tell you some truth. I would rather people just be like, I am being racist, and just say what it is. Because I do that, I'm like, I'm being so sexist right now. Like, just tell the truth, shame the devil. So that one bugs me for sure. Now, the one that bugs Jan, the one that bugs Jan is, I think this is it, one of them, is when people say literally and they're not talking about a literal thing. And I literally do it all the time. Okay. It doesn't mean literally. Like, it doesn't mean literally, even though you're using the word literally. It's just like putting emphasis on something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's an example because I just use it all the time. It's a, what is it? It's a verb. It's a verb. Wait a minute. A noun is person, place, or thing. Is it a verb? I literally don't know. Or it'll be like, I literally cannot stand when people don't use their turn signal. Like, it literally gets on my nerves when people are like, no offense. It's just to put some emphasis on what you're saying, Jan. I'm not meaning literally, like, literally. That's literally not what I'm saying. Literally. Like, people literally think that we're saying literally, literally. We're not. It's just, just emphatically underscoring so that you know, like, it's for real. Even if it's not real. You know? The other one along with that is saying like a lot, which is like, it's like literally what I do. Okay, but with the like, I also feel like that is very regional, okay? So, I was about to say it. So, like, being from California and like, I can't even do it. Being from California, we often use certain words. I do believe that it has transferred to just about everyone, but I was about to say is like, it's though like I think it's similar to when people say a lot. I believe that that's one that also gets on people's nerves. Oh my god. I can't. What the hell? Okay. Wow. So, therefore, ergo, I understand that that is a filler word. I'm sorry. This one is not a pet peeve of mine because I do it all the time. I remember in college, was it college or high school? One of them. One of the teachers, like, oh God. One of the teachers challenged one of the students, I believe, I don't believe it was all of us, to refrain from saying the word like in their sentences. I mean, bloody hell. I'm sorry, Jan. So Jan must be irritated with me every time I speak. I don't care. You have to deal with it. Dang, that was hard. Okay, another pet peeve I saw was babies crying on planes. How is that a pet peeve? Listen, I'm gonna say like and literally, okay? I'm sorry. What gets me about this, everybody knows that it's super annoying, eardrum shattering, anxiety provoking when a baby is crying on a plane. You're in a tube, it's like surround sound, you're trying to calm yourself down and just, if not enjoy the ride, sleep through the ride, read a book, or how the kids be doing these days, raw dogging, not what you think it is, but just like taking transportation without any like book, water, earbuds, anything. It's annoying, okay? The thing is, you know who it's probably the most annoying for? The baby. And then maybe second, the parent. The baby don't want to be on that plane. The baby don't know what's going on. And then the parent is feeling like, oh my God, my baby keeps crying. Oh my God, it's going to annoy everybody. That's the thing. When I tell you, when I sit in front, behind, next to whatever, a child, I'm like, they're going to be making noise on the doggone flight. Or they're going to be kicking the back of my chair. And you know what? It's like, sorry, it's the price you pay for not paying for first class. Like, or chartering your own jet. Okay? You have to be here with all of us. And unfortunately, if not a baby, somebody else gonna be crying. So, I don't know. To me, that's a foolish pet peeve because it is something that I don't understand how that's a pet peeve. Okay, I'm not going to censor myself, okay? It's like literally something that you have to experience. If you're going to fly. If you're going to fly. You, at some point, there is going to be a crying child on that. You know what? I will take a crying child over all the rest of the shenanigans that's going on airplanes these days. Everybody is, you have to divert flights and it's just, I'll take the crying baby. There are so many stories of people trying to open up windows and doors and running at the flight attendants or fighting with the other passengers or just having a full-on meltdown. Again, like that one, if you're having a psychotic sort of episode, but you can't really plan those. But it's just so much going on airplanes these days that I'll take the crying baby. I'll take the crying baby. There have been several recent stories of flights, planes, whatever, having to divert and land at different I'm not gonna worry about it, okay? Jesus Christ. Having to divert to other airports, have everyone disembark, maybe have to bring in a different plane, all because of the ridiculousness that people do. I think it got worse over the past 4 years. I really do. I really do. People are showing their entire ass. And I mean that figuratively and literally. Speaking of planes, like travel, the other pet peeve thing is when people are rushing onto or off the plane. It really bothers me. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. To me, we're all going the same place. Well, I do understand when people have connecting flights. But I don't know if it's as likely these days. But if you're getting there so close to the takeoff or departing time for your next flight, your connecting flight, I understand, especially if you're way in the back. But as soon as the plane lands, people are up, getting their bag. Like, can he literally, like, stop the plane first? I hate when people do that because they're coming from the back. You're trying to get out and get your stuff, but they're just shoving and pushing, not letting you get in. People are averting eye contact so they can pretend they don't see you, trying to get your bag. And then there's the pressure of, if there is a lull in the crowd, you have to like grab your stuff real quick. Don't let it be heavy. God forbid it's in another bin. It's so anxiety provoking, and I hate it. I hate it. Where you going? We all going out that one door. That's the only exit that we're supposed to be using. And then when people, let's say you have the groups A, B, C. When group C, why you lining up with group A? You have literally a ticket that says where your seat's at. Where are you going? Unless you're taking Southwest. Why do people do that? Where are you rushing to? Where are you? You could actually probably go get a coffee and a croissant or a Danish or something, and you still gonna be fine because your seat is right here. It's 13B. Why are you messing around and just... They're going to tell you to step to the side. They're going to tell you to step to the side. And now you just blocking traffic. Because now like 20 people have stepped to the side. I don't understand that. Nowadays, I don't even sit at my gate. I go to somebody else's. Or I go to a more... one that isn't as busy. Because also, you know, people will sit and then they'll put their bag next to them. We really need to figure out airplane etiquette. Or not even figure it out. We already know it. Just people don't follow it. That's so annoying. I hate when people are just rushing out of the thing. Or when everybody's standing at baggage claim and you just have the people who are standing in front blocking everything. You are not made of glass. I cannot see through you. There's that one. Along with that, I didn't even put it on the list. But when people are walking, especially in the airport, and they're either looking at their phone or something, and they just are not paying attention to their surroundings, and you're walking, and you have to duck and dodge to get around them because they are just unaware of their surroundings. Or when they stop in the middle of the walkway. You have no spatial recognition of things. You know, people walk like they drive. They walk like they drive. I think I'll go into the purple, this purple matte here. I actually might start with this sort of magenta shade and then blend it into purple. Something similar to that is when people step in front of you when Jessa and I were at the makeup show several months ago, we were, of course, meeting Danessa, but we were also meeting James Malloy. So he's the CEO, founder of the brand My Kit Co. And that is the brand that teamed up with Danessa to make their brushes. I do have that whole brush set. This is just some of it. And I believe I have 1 or 2 videos talking about the brushes, going through each of them, and I still pretty much use them daily. Yeah, so still like them. But so Jessa was in front of me, I was behind her. We were the only 2 in the line to talk to James Malloy because everyone had come earlier, I think. So we were like take a shot every time I say it, like, or literally. We were the only 2 at that moment. It seemed like the crowd had parted. So we're there, and Jessa is talking to James Malloy, and I'm next, right? And I'm holding my bag of brushes, everything. This lady, I don't know where she come from, but she comes and she's in front of me and she goes, "Oh, excuse me, I just need to talk to him." You don't mind, do you? Excuse me. She better be glad that I try my best to respect elders and I try to abide by some Christian teachings, because why would you do that? Why would you do that? That is so rude and disrespectful, and I have several reasons why I believe this person did it. But to me, that was just the rudest thing. I've been standing here for a while. Yeah, it's only a couple of us. I think somebody at that point was coming up behind me. It's only a couple of us, but how dare you come from way over there? You have not stood in this line, and then you're going to just, excuse me, I need to talk to him too. Okay? I just think that is so, people are so disrespectful. That's disrespectful to me. You can't go in the back of the line. You are so busy. You're like going off to perform brain surgery or something. So you have to talk to him real quick before I do. That really just messed with my spirit. I was like, how dare you, bitch? Like, how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? And I know she saw me giving her a look. You best be glad we're in a professional setting. And here's James Malloy, and here's Danessa Myricks, and here's Linda Hallberg. And I don't want to make myself look like more of a fool than I already have because I'm over here crying meeting these people. That really got on my nerves. And it was just interesting that she didn't do it to Jessa and she didn't do it to the person behind me. I'm not saying it's just Jessa or the person behind me fault. She did it to me, and she better be glad we wasn't somewhere else. Because to me, that was real disrespectful, inconsiderate, and let's say it, racist. I have so many words I'm saying about and to her in my head. Because she deserved it. She should have got bopped in the mouth. Better be glad I didn't. I'm going to go into probably a mix of, probably a mix of these two. When I'm looking at them here, they look very tan and brown, but in the camera, they almost look like there is a rosy kind of undertone. Definitely didn't mean to use this brush, but we're already there. So another thing is people touching folks. Like feeling like they have some sort of ownership over other people's bodies. I most often, I believe, see it with people touching pregnant folks' stomachs. Don't go touching people. You don't know man. Oh, I remember when my niece was a baby, we went to the slots and swap meet, and one of the vendors is trying to like kiss her on her cheek. I was like, I know you not. Don't touch my baby. That's my niece, and I'm acting like she mine, but whatever, you know what I mean. I was like, how dare you? You don't, we don't know you. And even if we did, no. Okay? No. But I notice it a lot with folks who are pregnant and people are, can I touch your butt? Like, if you have that sort of relationship, yes. But I've just heard of people just coming up to folks and just rubbing their stomach. Why do you think? Would you do that if they weren't pregnant? If they just were just walking through the mall? Are you going to be like, that's inappropriate? Why do you think it changed just because somebody has impregnated them? Now, my experience has been with people touching my hair. I remember long ago, years and years ago, I went on this date. We were sitting on the couch. My hair was out. I would wear it out a lot more at that point. This man took his hand and was just like, oh, it just looks so nice. End of date. I know you just did not put your nasty hands up in mine. I don't know where your hands been, okay? First of all. And who does that? Who does that? Why do I feel your fingertips on my scalp? I don't understand, but you know, that is also a thing. People like to be all up in folks' natural hair. I remember, I mean, this wasn't someone, I guess, without consent being in my hair, but going through some of the airport TSA things and having to be searched and the like all in my hair. Are you giving me a shampoo? Because I'm trying to figure out what you think is up in here. I remember having my hair just like this. What am I gonna fit in here? What am I gonna fit in here? Just all. And I think what I hate the most is when people make a comment about it. Oh, I really like your hair. Get out my stuff. Okay? Do that. Get out of it. I don't like that. It's so, like, I know, invasion of privacy. Ew, don't touch people. Don't touch people, especially without their consent. And that can go so far, okay? Don't be touching people's body like that. Everybody don't like that. Most people don't, okay? Most people don't. I'm not walking down the street like, touch my hair. Don't do it. I don't know you like that. Are you a hairdresser? Are you greasing my scalp? Because I don't know. This don't feel right. Let me leave these eyes alone and go on with the rest of my face. One primer I have always enjoyed is the Urban Decay All Nighter Primer. I feel like they don't really, I don't hear people talking about it really anymore. I hear people talking about the spray, the All Nighter Spray, which I also have. I think I have a mini. I'm so aware of my language right now. It's uncomfortable. A little bit. Not too much, though. It's not going to change anything. So I have the foundation in 2 shades. I have New Caledonia, which is pretty much almost done. It's obviously the one I use the most. And Menage. So Menage is deep 1 and New Caledonia is deep 2. What I'll do is mix them just so that I can hang on to New Caledonia a little bit longer. But this is definitely one that I'm going to repurchase. Maybe I should talk about foundations that I will and won't repurchase. But honestly, I believe all of the ones I currently have are ones that I like. Over myself. Okay. So don't be touching people. One that I hadn't thought about is when people click their pens or, like, I guess tap them or whatever, and also jiggle their foot or something. And I think I do some of those without realizing it. Where was I? I was somewhere with my mom. And I was jiggling my leg, and she like put her hand on my leg to stop. And then I also know I was laying down with G, and I was just like jiggling my leg, and he was, "What are you doing? Stop that." I'm like, "Oh, my bad." It's self-soothing. Like, in the clicking of pens, I don't think I do it when other people are around. I don't believe. I'm not even self-aware enough to know if that is true. But I can see how that would be super annoying if somebody is just click, 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 click. You know, it's almost like the clicker for trying to figure out how many people are in the crowd. But I think that is a pet peeve for a lot of folks. Let me know if that's one of yours. I don't know that I mind. I'm realizing too that there are some things that irritate me and are a pet peeve for me unless I'm doing it. If other people do it, I'm like, that's so annoying. Stop click-clacking your pen. If I do it, I'm like, tell me something about it. Now, for concealer, I am really hoping that Marc Jacobs is for real coming back next year, because this is one of my favorite concealers, the Extra Shot Concealer. I really like it. There are two more. I'm saving the best for last. This one comes from an interaction I had at the yoga studio. Now, I've been going for a while, okay? I'm like one of the OGs now at this point. And I've pretty much been to most classes. I've taken classes with most teachers. And if not that, I'm in the lounge area, you know, so I'm comfortable there. One day, usually I do the Sunday morning classes. For some reason, I think they were canceled. So I was like, I'm going to go to the Sunday evening classes, which I also like. I really like those. It's one of the teachers I really enjoy. Unfortunately, she's only teaching on Sundays right now. But also it tends to be smaller classes. Everyone kind of knows each other. It's a Sunday evening. Most people are at home crying about work being tomorrow. So this new guy comes in and doesn't come with a mat, which is fine. They have some extras you can borrow at the studio. And walks in, and he's one of those guys that takes up so much space and air in the room with his level of arrogance and just physical presence. So already I don't like him. I don't like him. He immediately tries to connect with people by telling jokes. He was saying, "Oh, I mean, am I in your spot?" And people are like, "What?" And he's like, "I just don't want to take your spot if that's where you like to be." Put your mat down. Put your mat down. There are no assigned seats. And if there were, I'm already in the space that I always sit in. Okay? I always put my mat right here. I'm already here. And I think that he then points to the lady across the way. "Do I know you? Did we go to school together?" And she's like, "I don't think so. I'm from New York." And he was saying that he's from LA. So whenever I see an LA person, I'm excited, okay? Because LA, the vibes are just different from East Coast vibes. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. East Coast people, I remember saying to a lady to have a good day, and she said, "Excuse me?" I was like, I guess don't have one then, bitch. Like, have a horrible day if you want. But in LA, cashiers talk to you just very different. So whenever there's an LA person, I'm like, "Hey, neighbor." So I do that, right? I'm like, "Oh, I'm from LA too." And I always like to know, are you from LA proper? Are you from one of the surrounding areas? Because LA and DC and maybe even New York, they're like areas where people will say they're from there, but they're really from the surrounding area. I likes to know. So this is what he does. And this is where he got the "you stank" look from me. He goes, "Oh my God, girl, yeah, I'm from LA." Really? Really? Mm-hmm. Then he goes on about what area he's from. I'm like, I know exactly where that is. My dad walks at that park every morning at 4 a.m. And he goes on to be like, well, you know, you should really check out, like, that area over there. You know where it is, all right? You should know where it is. I'm like, shut up. I can't stand you. Already, I was already like, you are giving off jackass. And I don't. Like, the list of jackasses for me, it's already full, okay? I can't add you. So I'm not even going to pay attention to you. Then the next time I see him, basically, my pet peeve is like uppity people that have to take up too much space and air in the room just to make themselves feel special and connected. Get your mat, sit your ass down, and do a downward dog. Next time I see him, it's a weekday class. Yeah. And he comes in, again, taking up space and time and energy. I'm trying to just have a conversation with you because maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're not an ass. So we're talking. It's very DC to find out what people do. What do you do? How much do you work? Do you know someone that can help me? It's like the first question people, oh, what do you do? So I've been here for a while. So I'm like, oh, you know, I didn't even find out what you do. And he's like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, we're all just like working and just trying to make money and trying to survive, right? So I just went ahead back to the book I was reading. Because I was like, I just don't have time for you. Then the next time, he go ahead and come to another weekday class. Trying to converse with me. I'm not talking to you. Don't speak to me. You had 2 tries to prove me wrong. And I don't need any more confirmation. I cannot stand him because I think it comes from this, it probably comes from a level of insecurity. I just don't like people who, like, they know that their presence and energy is going to overwhelm the room. And they're those people who think everybody's going to enjoy them and like them. And I'm like, I can't stand you, sir. Don't say nothing to me. I don't even know your name. Don't say nothing to me. He's just so, just sit down and shut up. He gonna catch me on the wrong day. He gonna catch me on the wrong. There's a couple people who gonna catch me at the right time and the right day. That's what they gonna do. It's gonna be wrong day, wrong time for them, but. And let me tell you the last one. Let me tell you the last one, because I just encountered this one the other day. Being told to calm down. I also feel like this is very gendered. I feel like women are told that by men. That seems to be what it is. Calm down. Now, I told G, you get a certain number of those. You get a certain number of those to tell me. Okay? Because maybe you don't know that this is just not something you should ever say to a woman. I've given him, it's a finite number of times you get to say that. Okay? So, he's coming close. He probably got like 1 or 2 more. He's coming close. Alright? And I don't know, I haven't decided if it's a different number for text versus in person, but he did it in person the other night. So we're laying there. I don't even know what we're talking about. We're watching Oprah and Kamala Harris and all this stuff. And I can't remember. I was asking something. Something at which he was supposed to give me an answer to like a week ago. And I was like, you said that you were going to give me the answer. Like, and he's saying, okay, this week I'll let you know for sure. And I'm like you said you was going, like last time. I know I just said like a lot. Leave me alone. You just said you were going to tell me. And he goes, calm down. And my head flipped around like what's the Linda Blair? Is that who it was in The Exorcist? Just like, excuse me? What did you? It's like, calm down. And I very quietly, casually, very gently said, I know you know not to say that. Why would you even say that to a woman? Because he said it before. I'm like, you got a couple more times. You just said there's a limited number of times you can say it to me before I bop you in the mouth. And so then he has this way of, he's not being flippant or anything, but he goes, well then calm up. It's like, you're an idiot. I just hate, and it always seems like it's men telling women, you're so dramatic. Like, calm down. Actually, they don't say it like that. It's, you so dramatic, man. Calm down, dude. Like, why you being like that? Don't ever tell me to calm down. It never is a good idea. It's never. When has it ever worked in life? I don't believe it's ever worked in life. I don't think so. I don't even know why we put those two words together. I don't know. I don't think it's... When has somebody told you to calm down and you calm down? Never. Never for me. Never. I've never calmed down when someone told me to calm down. Never. Let me know if you have, though. All right, y'all. I have talked enough. I'm going to finish blending this out, and I'll use the rest of those products I made. The finished look, and I'm done. So I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Please let me know some of your pet peeves. 1, 5, 10, 20. Let us know. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.